How's it going, guys? We are back on another video here, and this video is going to be going over the best collectible sets to make here for the Stanley Cup Playoffs event. So hopefully you guys do enjoy this video. Make sure you leave a like, subscribe if you're not already. Top of the video right now. So of course, guys, the Stanley Cup Playoff event is happening right now, and essentially, you know, the ways to get collectibles during this event here. So you have the Stanley Cup Playoffs week number 1. So you're able to get 4, 8, 12, 16 total Stanley Cup collectibles from the objectives. All right. And then, of course, you're also able to get collectibles through wildcard, not in moments. They don't have actually in moments any of them, but in the wildcard path, you're able to get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9, 12, and a total of 16 collectibles. All right, and each and every single day, guys, obviously you are able to get the daily pack in the store. So once 5 p.m. Eastern hits, you can go to the Stanley Cup Playoffs section here, and as you can see, you have your daily free pack. Make sure you claim that every single day. You get yourself 5 collectibles easily. Take that and just keep on collecting those throughout the entire postseason. That is what you should be definitely focused on. Of course, the collectible sets that I am talking about here, it is in the sets section and the Stanley Cup Playoffs set. So as you can see, this is out for 12 more days, and I guess they're probably going to change them once the round 2 of the Stanley Cup Playoffs does start. So we'll see if that ends up being the case here. But as you can see, the collectible sets also remain for 12 more days. And here are all the sets. I'm going to give you guys the reasoning to not make a set and also potentially make one of the sets here if you're a little bit undecided. So as you can see here, we have the random 93 overall Stanley Cup Playoffs player set. You can exchange 30 event collectibles here to get a random 93 overall Stanley Cup Playoff player bound. Now, what are those players, you might be wondering? Well, the current 93 overall Stanley Cup Playoff players that you're able to potentially get from that set are the 93 overall Vlad Namestnikov, the 93 overall Alexei Protas, the 93 overall Pavel Dorofeyev, and finally Bobby McMahon, and yeah, probably just Bobby McMahon. So, you know, they're all solid cards here. And what I'm going to say is, guys, when it comes to the 93 overall set here, I think this set is pretty good. If you're newer to the game, you don't have a lot of great cards, say you just picked up the game over the last few days, I think it's not a bad idea potentially to make this set, because honestly, all these 93s are quite solid. I mean, they really are. Their shots are pretty elite. Decent skating here as well. Protas I really like, actually. If you're able to get Protas, I think you're in a pretty good spot. I mean, a 6'6", 225-pounder. Even 89 faceoffs, great shot. Definitely a fun card to use here, especially if you're a Caps fan. But he looks good. Dorofeyev looks very solid as well. Elite shot there with synergies maxed out. So Dorofeyev, I think, is quite good also. And then, of course, Bobby McMahon's is pretty decent, but I think the other ones are probably a bit better. I guess Bobby McMahon would probably be the worst one of all of them, right? Now, the other sets here that we do have here, you know, there's ones where, you know, it's not as, you know, great in my opinion, but I'll still go over them. So basically, as I mentioned, the 93 overall one is good if you're new to the game. You need good cards on your team quickly. Now you have the random 91 Stanley Cup Playoff player. Now, if you're making this, you're essentially making one of the Master Set player items, right? Because you're getting one of these 91 overalls, right? And they're all solid cards, but realistically, they're probably not good enough to really make your team. And I feel like if it's the same amount of collectibles, I think you'd be better off just making the bound card. And yes, I know obviously bound sucks. You can't, you know, trade in the bound cards for anything, which obviously, again, is not great. I totally understand that, but this is for if you're making the MSPs. So if you really want MSPs, then obviously you got to make this set. But, you know, for me, it's whatever. The 89 plus set here, Stanley Cup Playoff player, is intriguing as well. So, of course, this is 30 collectibles, but it's an 89 plus tradable Stanley Cup card. So, I believe this includes all the Stanley Cup cards except for the Master Set player items. So, basically, the 94s do not, count that they're not possible to pull in these, but you can get one of those 93 overalls in this, and that'd be pretty decent coins, right? It would actually be pretty decent coins because, first of all, they obviously are used for the master set player items, and then, of course, they are also used for potentially, just coins as well, guys. Think about it. That's the thing. Like, that's the thing about this. You can just simply potentially get coins from it, right? Well, you're going to get coins guaranteed because 89s, obviously, they have value, right? But, that's something to consider. Now, 40 collectibles for 487 pluses. Now, the thing about me is, like, I do enjoy opening these sets because, I love opening packs. I do, right? So, and this pack is the most intriguing of them all, in my opinion. Is it worth it, for 40 collectibles? I'm not sure, but, I definitely get the appeal. 485 pluses, though, for 20 collectibles is not terrible either. But let's be real, guys. 85s, 86s are really not that valuable right now. So I feel like you'd probably be better off just, spending the more collectibles. And then you have the 483 pluses for 10 collectibles. That's not terrible either, and the reason why I say that's not terrible is it's only for 10 collectibles. You get 483 pluses, and, if you're able to get at least, like an 86 or 87, that's pretty decent, value. So, I definitely like that one. I think that's a pretty decent one just for its value. And then finally, 282 pluses for 5 collectibles. I don't really think that's that great, personally. I think that's kind of a waste, actually, because in my opinion, like, for 5 collectibles, you're only getting 2 cards. I understand they're 82 pluses, but I just think you'd be a lot better making the 483 pluses. Because first of all, you're getting 4 cards, and also, it's 5 more collectibles. It's not like it's costing a lot more. You know what I mean? That's the thing that's very important as well. So for me, definitely would avoid the 82 plus. I would say the best ones really here, guys, if I really had to be honest, probably has to be the 87 plus. And the reason why I say that is because, again, you want to get 88, 89 pluses. Those are kind of the cards that are most important right now. So that's what I would, more so lean towards, right? The 89 plus is good if you're also looking to get, some tradable assets like some coins and all of that. That's obviously very crucial. And then, like I said, the 91 I think is kind of just only if you're making, you plan on making some of these 94 overall MSP cards. Outside of that, obviously, I don't think it's very, very worth it. You know what I mean? I really don't. But for me, I'm going to be making the 87 pluses. I also would make the 89 pluses. If I wasn't a streamer, I would make the 89 pluses because, first of all, you're going to get coins, right? And then you can decide to do what you want with those coins. If you get an 89, 90, you could sell it, and you could always buy more cards back to get cards that are required for this event. That's my thought process, right? So for me, that's what I would lean towards, more the 89 plus and the 87 plus pack here. And I do like the 10 collectible one for 483 pluses too. I think that's pretty good. I really do. I actually think that's actually pretty good, but just because of the value in the sense that it's only 10 collectibles. That I do like a lot. All right, so yeah, that's kind of my mindset on the collectible set. If you have any questions, guys, or if you have this amount of collectibles, what you should use them on, please let me know in the comment section down below. As always, you can get collectibles from some of the Stanley Cup packs here as well, so keep that in mind. You can see here the Stanley Cup playoffs, so you're able to get some collectibles right here, for example, 1 Stanley Cup player and 10 event collectibles, and then also 289 pluses and 6 event collectibles, and yeah, that's kind of just the other ways to get them. So if you have any questions, guys, again, let me know in the comment section down below. If you guys did enjoy this video, if you did, make sure you leave a like, subscribe if you're not already, follow me on Twitch, Henreek. I'm live there every single day, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, Henreek with 3 E's, and I'll see you guys all in the next video.